How old were you when you figured that you like could get over that like hump of needing to win, like winning like defined you at a certain point, like when it stopped defining you?
I mean, oh shit, let's see.
Was there like a moment or like a series of events that were just like?
Yeah, once I hurt my back, I guess, or kind of had a couple injuries that changed my perspective on it, but
Perspective on what winning and losing meant to you as a person?
Well, I mean, I don't know, I guess at that point you're like, you kind of, when you're that far into it, you identify as like, am I a world champ or am I don't know, man, it's kind of hard to, like that's just who I am. I'm just a wrestler, wins, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard to really, man, in a way, like I know I'm a world champion. Like, you know, I don't have to have the title on myself, really.
Right.
Like I know I am, or I still possibly could be one. You know what I mean? Well, I don't have one of these necessarily to, you know what I mean? But it's not like you walk differently. Like you only walk differently, like for like 2 days. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm a world champ. Here, maybe bring your belt to practice, and then like after that is like, who cares? You know?
Yeah.
And so
yeah.
most importantly is like can you do it for? Is that it? Do I just win something and now I can just like go on and what? Like, I don't know. To me, it's more important to like maintain what I got. Like, can I go back and win a world title right now? Like, can I? Like, yeah, it's all about right now, right? Like, it's not like, oh, would I be able to do it tomorrow? Like, who cares?
Sure.
Like, can I do it right now?
Yeah.
Like, to me, the fact that is more important. Like, can I put in the workout? Like, working out was actually more important to me than going to compete and
Right.
winning. That was kind of like, oh, well, we're expecting you to win.
At that point, it's the process, right? It's not even about the result. It's about like the process of what it takes to do it.
I don't think I've ever had fun at a tournament. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. You have more fun training in the room, in the weight room?
I've had the most fun training by myself, running with my headphones, or
Right.
shadow drilling at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
on a high school night,
Right.
when I'm just doing like, I'm like, what am I? Oh, well, I could be looked at as like, what's this guy doing? But I'm just out there at the park after a hard 3-mile run, sprints and this and that. I feel like that's like more memorable to me than like winning anything else, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if I can do that, if I wake up and I can't do that, like, I don't know, I feel like I just want to maintain that, you know what I mean? Not really maintain it, but that's just what most fun for me is to do anyways, you know what I mean? So
I think competing is the most fun part of wrestling.
it is. You actually
awesome.
love the competition aspect
I
of
love
it.
just showing how much better I've gotten since I last wrestled. And
Okay, it's kind of like a test. You can test yourself. Yeah, different. You know what I mean?
Did you have a lot of pressure put on you at an early age to win?
Well, not really. Like, I mean, I guess I don't know. Maybe I put the pressure on myself. Like, I guess.
Did you ever hear it was more about the process and the journey? Was that ever an idea anyone had, or a philosophy that anyone was going by back then? Or was it just work harder and win?
I mean, you can't keep doing it unless you're winning, like at the highest level. Like, nobody's gonna be paying you at a team, you know what I mean? Unless I'm like at a regional training center, just like being, I can go compete and like win couple matches and this and that and like stick around and coach, you know what I mean? Which a lot in a lot of cases you can do that. You just kind of either gonna keep winning and keep it as your day job, or you're gonna, have to coach or something, you know what
Yeah,
I
I
mean?
mean,
Like,
obviously
so
you have to be winning.
winning
to
is a
keep
pressure,
it.
like-
And, I mean, obviously you've proven yourself as a winner, and now you think it's only about world champ. I mean, obviously you're a winner to be even doing it at this, you know what I mean, for as long as you've done it. So you're obviously a pretty seasoned winner, you know. I mean, you're not going to keep doing it if you're losing. You're not going to make the team if you keep losing. So, I mean, seems like maybe you're tying it more to a world championship than you're just a winner at life, you know, which is kind of more important than even the world championship. I mean, a whole lot of things have to go your way to win a world championships a whole lot of times, you know. I mean, that's why it's, it's kind of easier to, going through it with Anzi, to just focus on the good effort and giving it to the higher power. We believe in Jesus, and I know it's helped me take my nerves and anxiousness away, just saying the Jesus prayer and the Lord's prayer, and then whatever's going to happen is already decided by something bigger than me. And even if it's the ref or anything like that, you got to just focus on what you can control, and at a certain point give it up, while at the same time obviously trying to win. So,
well, I think I got to that point at the Olympics when I'm wrestling the Iranian first match, and I see my coaches freaking out. You know what I mean? They're sweating it more than I am. I'm like trying to calm them down in a way. You know what I mean? Like we're like they're freaking out, sweating, and like, oh my God, we gotta win. And at that point, I just kind of had to tell myself, I'm like, well, you've done the work. Like, all you can do is just go out there and, like, just bust out your moves, bro. That's all you got. Like, in a way, that helped me win that match. It's still the winning or losing still came into play, but I was more focusing on, I got to just hit him with my stuff. You know what I mean? Like, just show the crowd. Like, you're going to get tired. There's a chance that you might lose, but at least like show the crowd what you got, and that kind of helped me kind of get going in the Olympics. And obviously, nobody wants to draw the Iranian first match, you know what I mean? So that kind of, at least I got through it. You know what I mean? It wasn't all about winning and losing. It was just show them what you got type of thing, and that got me through that match. So I mean, it wasn't always, I'm saying that the pressure winning and losing at that level, let's say with the Bulgarian team, I would have my masseuse, the team masseuse, would get mad if I don't win because he doesn't get paid the bonus, you know what I mean?
Jeez.
Like, that's when the pressure comes in. When
That's
the whole
crazy.
Bulgarian team is telling me I'm no good because I didn't win, because now they're not getting paid. Like, I'm like, you guys can just do your thing then, you know what I mean? Like,
that's outrageous.
yeah, so
That's a lot of pressure.
yeah, because I mean, I you're expected to win at that point. Like, I haven't had, and that was a dumb thing to say if you're a coach. Like, who are you? I mean, I wish Jordanov stuck with me the whole time, because maybe he did fine, but maybe I had a coach tell me, oh, we're giving you a chance because and win the wrestle-offs, but hey, we're giving you a chance. Like, here you go, here's your shot, here's your chance. I'm like, now I'm like panicking even more in a way, you know what I mean? It's like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. He freaked me out. It was like almost like I was like expected to win. I'm like, all right, he wanted to throw you in here, so see what you got. But I mean, I did lose the wrestle off, but then eventually I beat that guy, and then it wasn't so much of they giving me a shot. Actually, like, you know, it's my spot, but in a way, like things like that, like people throwing expectations at you, like if it was up to me and maybe had somebody coach me, have myself coach me or something, I don't know how much expectations I would want from the guy. You know what I mean? I won't be like getting mad and frustrated that you're not winning.
What about when you were young? Like, did anybody put that on you at a young age, or was that like a new?
Okay.
Was that like a new thing when you got to that level, like that level of pressure, or was like when you were young? Was it like, if you don't win, it's not worth our time, you know?
I guess maybe it depends on the coaches, because I've been to tournaments where I have a random person step up and coach me. Like, I know who they are. They're a coach at a different place, but they're like, "Oh, your coaches aren't here. Like, I'll coach you." And then my match goes a lot better because I don't have any of the expectations from that coach. He just wants to give me a nice vibe to where I feel comfortable and I want to wrestle. And I'm like, oh, I actually wrestled way better this tournament. I don't have my coaches that have been coaching at me, screaming at me, telling me to have their expectations of me. So,
That's interesting.
I mean, yeah, I think we got to the bottom of that one.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, for real.
Who the expectations are
Yeah.
from, you know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
for
he's like,
real.
why didn't you do that? Like, I mean, I don't know. And then,
Because you put enough pressure on yourself competing in anything.
You want to win. You're out there. You're not putting in the work and you don't want to lose. You obviously want to win. So, I mean, yeah, that's all I try to do with any wrestler I coach. Just try to encourage them and put them in a good place so that they can go out there and perform their best, you know, and try to take that pressure off, take it away from them.
yeah.
How old were you when you knew you were going to be super serious about wrestling and do it forever? Did you, at a young age, realize that you were going to make a lifelong career almost out of it?
So I don't know how, like, I grew up just like fighting a lot, I guess. I don't know. We're always, maybe my older brother always beat on me and stuff. We always played fight. You know what I mean? So
Older
we
brothers
always
don't beat people up, dude. Older brothers never beat their younger brothers up. Right, Kyle?
Yeah.
But, you know, so it's like kind of like messing around like in the classroom and on this like playgrounds and stuff, fighting. And eventually my buddy, the coach, my first coach, like sent my buddy to recruit. He's like, just whoever think he's gonna be good at wrestling. He's like, oh, let's get Boris in. He likes to fight people and stuff. And they got us in there, and of course all the cool gear that we got with it. You know what I mean? They hooked it up with the. So that was a bonus, but I immediately fell in love with it. It was just like I didn't feel I didn't have the need to like fight anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it was just like kind of took over, and I was like, oh, this is. And then coach really like sold me on it. My dad was against it because in Bulgaria it was like kind of, at one point it got frowned upon. It's like, oh, go wrestle if you don't want to make any money, you know what I mean? It was like a poor man's sport. So my dad's like, no, my kids aren't gonna wrestle, like that's a waste of time. And my coach was like, listen here, buddy, your kids are gonna be world champions, bro, like you gotta let them wrestle. And then I just, you know what I mean, I my first practice, I was getting everybody, you know what I mean? Like, they kind of, I like how he put him to perspective. He was like, explain the rules to me. He's like, throw him on his back. And I'm like, I mean, I've been fighting and stuff, I guess.
How
like,
old was this?
9 years old. So I'm like, all right, I throw him on his back. And then he's like, all right, now flip him over. And just like flipped him over. He's like, I don't know, it's kind of natural to me, you know what I mean? Like,
It's kind of funny. Like, you guys were just talking about like learning to walk. Like, who taught you to learn to walk? It's just like, I don't know. You put them out there and they start walking. It's kind of like, sounds like that kind of thing. It's like, all right, here, go on the mat and put that guy to his back, and now just flip him over a few times. And you're just like, oh, okay, like I can do that.
right?
And then you learn
Simple,
moves
basics.
after that.
You
Like,
learn moves
yeah.
after that.
Yeah.
That's my whole point. Like, you go into a wrestling practice and they're like, oh, let me see your wrestling sense. What do you mean? Like, explain the rules to me and the bait. Like,
What are we trying to do here? What am I trying to
That's
accomplish?
how I would coach a begin. Like, if I had kids coming in from, let's say, you know, whatever, new beginners to it,
Yeah.
now I break it down that way. I don't know, now focusing on,
Do you enjoy like teaching younger kids how to wrestle?
Yeah, I spent some time in MMA gym teaching people. So it's like new people to wrestling, even like 14-year-old, 15-year-old people,
Okay.
like new to wrestling. It's not. I mean,
Yeah.
kids might be different. Like 5-year-old, like maybe their
Yeah.
attention span or whatever. But teaching new people how to wrestle, I always explain to them. I even test it out. I'm like, here's the rules. Here's what you're trying to do. I'm like, you wanna go at it? Like we play around with it, and then they always like tense up on me. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, you know what I mean? Kind of like slow down, kind of match my strength a little bit, and that's how I get into teaching like new people. And
Interesting.
and then sometimes I'm like, if they do something right, I kind of like let them. You know what I mean? I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, well, that's cool. And then now I pick it up and maybe show them like, all right, now I put it on you. And
Yeah.
now, like, do you want to learn or like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? That's
yeah.
the way I approach the MMA teaching of it.
Interesting. That's
Because
pretty cool.
it's kind of
That's
messed
pretty
up
cool to
if
think
somebody come. I had somebody teach me how to like fence, and I get where we're going with it. He's like, here's a step, boom, boom, and the step actually helps me in fighting now. I'm like, okay, that step is good. You're
Yeah.
here, but now I get it. He's like, and now poke me, and you're already getting my distance and range and everything. You're like, poke me here, and then I do this, and I'm like, I get it. We're going A to B to C. You're like, this is what I'll do next. I'm like, well, but can we just like spar? Like, because we traded a lesson wrestling for
Yeah,
fencing, and I approached that way that you know what I mean, I explained the rules and like we did it, and then I started like piecing him up. I'm like, okay, so now here you can't do that anymore because here's what I do. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
So kind of, and then we go to like, and then we kind of end up in the techniques that we've been taught, you know, because
Yeah.
wrestling has evolved so much to where now we're just recycling techniques. I've seen that recently, but I've talked about it too. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
the Russians are bringing back the firemen. So Americans are doing this now. Oh, the Iranians are digging underhooks.
What was
they're
like
back
the
to
last
this.
new thing? that
I
someone-
think the cartwheel was pretty new.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? From underhook
Yeah,
cartwheel.
underhook cartwheel.
That was pretty new, and then
What, like the low singles? Was that like a new thing?
that was John Smith.
That's what I'm
era.
saying. Like, is that the
the
like,
last invention.
the last like new invention?
What about all the leg passes?
Leg pet? Who was like leg scrambling? Like who was doing that?
Ben Askren.
Yeah, the Abbas brothers, Ben Askren. But Abbas was doing it before Ben Askren. Askren just kind of like refined it, like recycled it and refined it.
Oh, the scrambling.
Yeah, like scrambling.
And then Jesse Delgado kind of broke the law with it. They had to cancel it after that. No,
What happened with Jesse Delgado? What did he do?
he did too much rolling to where he was on his back, and now
Oh,
they
yeah.
got the counting rule because of that.
Yeah, danger points. Yep.
I think he was a big inspiration for that rule change.
Huh.
Kind of like the Jordan Oliver sit on the butt.
Right.
That was a different situation, but yeah, just kind of. I guess we dropped Jesse Delgado twice on the podcast now. My mutual friend with PD3.
How do you know him?
My college teammate, 125 pounder, my
Okay.
weight cut buddy, and my movement partner. We just like sparred, and like I love wrestling with him, man. Instead of like going, especially like coming down to 141 and I'm cutting weight, I'm just in my sweats. We're moving around. I don't know if you guys remember him. He was like a super speedy guy.
Yeah.
In and out, you know what I mean?
Is he your favorite partner? Favorite partner you've had?
He was definitely one of them
Definitely.
in college, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he ended up winning nationals twice, and I was around him in Iowa for a little bit, in Illinois. Like, we were teammates for a while, you know, we traveled a little bit together.
Where did you go to college? I know you were at Cal Poly for a minute.
Cal Poly. Sammy Henson left. I could have followed him to Oklahoma, University of Oklahoma, and then I could have followed Mark Perry to Illinois, but he kind of told me to stick around just to finish it off because he already took Jesse out of the program. He's like, I was just feel terrible to, you know what I mean? He's like, just finish it off there and then come train after. And
Sounds like a good Cal Poly program. Why did everybody start leaving?
big coach change. Like, everybody kind of left, you know. In a way, they all kind of left me, but I was fine with it. It's not like I'm upset with it. Now,
Yeah.
kind of, I got a new coach, Jamil Kelly. It was fun to work with him. Like at first, I was kind of nervous because we just had still NCAA All American and stuff, but he wasn't really known for his wrestling too much. They're like, oh, he's good at administration. That's why they're hiring him, this and that. And then he hired a great assistant, Jamil Kelly, and he kind of helped me out. And he was the guy that would put like 45-minute practices. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, oh, don't let like our head coach be running the 2-hour, 30-minute practices with the calculations, and I'm like, bro, like, that's when I was getting bored. We're talking about being bored, but.
Practices up, bro.
Yeah, he made it Olympic style practices. We warm up, do your flips, whatever, stretch out, drill, explain couple positions. Now we got to do this, grab the ankle, pull him in. He's like, we don't got to spend much time on it. Like,
go like 90 minutes out here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of just.
yeah.
I don't know. I think blocking a 2-hour window.
Well, maybe with kids it's different. You got to kind of put them through the warm-ups. I feel like you got to.
We get a lot of warm up in. At least when I run.
I've been skipping all the basic warm-ups to where those evolve the kids. But when we've done them for the long time, you don't really benefit from that too much anymore. So just kind of shorten it up a little bit and get into the real deal. But having that muscle memory, a ton of warm-ups.
Like we do a lot of like jumping, like going knees to feet. Do like a lot of like just get them coordinated on their feet first,
Yeah.
before you put them in a wrestling stance. Like they don't even know where their feet at.
Yeah.
Like,
You got to start off with a forward
your
roll.
wrestling stance. It's like, well, do you even know where your feet are? Like, they don't even know how to move their feet. But
No.
I think helping them like jumping a lot. Jumping's a big deal, I think. Jumping, like knees to feet, controlling your hips and putting your feet where you want them.
My first coach told me that I was never gonna be a world champ if I couldn't do a backflip, and then for the next week I'm landing on my head trying to do a backflip, and now I know how to do all kinds of flips. You know what I mean? Like,
That's crazy. That's crazy.
How was like the trip from Bulgaria to America? Was that like?
That was a huge, like, I guess culture shock or whatever. I mean, it was all fun to me though. You know what I mean? I guess we landed in a different area though. I feel like I would have related more to like New Jersey. New Jersey kind of reminded me of. I haven't spent much time here, you know what I mean, but I like what I'm seeing so far. So I grew up in a small town, you know what I mean. I love the small town vibe, and I've had a lot of people, successful people. They're like, oh, we just got away from the nonsense, you know what I mean. I got me a little house on a one-way road. One street road, bro, simple. Drive to practice, go to practice, you know what I mean? Like basics. And that's, you know, what good's gonna do to me living in New York, and there's million, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, to be a wrestler, maybe like do business or whatever, but if you're trying to do athletics and stuff, you gotta surround yourself in some trees, and they always isolated us for camps anyways. We're out in the mountain, you know what I mean, trying to get that fresh air, like get all the like go crazy with it. If you're not going all the way in, like you're not.
How was like recruiting? Were you only like recruited by Cal Poly, or like were there other choices?
I signed early. My brother went there, and I kind of followed him. We kind of knew, you know what I mean, but you know, that's the way we did it. He was always a really good training partner of mine, and we always, you know, sometimes they only let us wrestle like one time a week, and you know, and I get frustrated though. Like he would get on top of you know, just different feels. You know, I'm like, I can't get out. Like we're freaking out, throwing. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, coach never really let us wrestle too much, but. And I signed early, you know, I think maybe beginning of senior year, and then I got recruited by Oklahoma State. And that was the big one that they offered me, you know, but I think it would have been cool. I don't know, if I would change anything with that is go to a big name school, because people are more focused on winning. They, you know what I mean, I bet the team vibe is better. We kind of split our vibes into the surfer crowd, the partiers, and the two people that care about winning. You know what I mean? I don't even know who cared as much as me. Like, if, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the only one that really wants to. Maybe my brother did. My brother had a bad career, though, because maybe, you know, a couple ref situations, couple coaches got on this. I feel like coaches broke my brother. Like, they never let him be. They're like, oh, so I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just asking you a question. Like, can I do this instead of that? Like, he's like, Phil knows everything. You know what I mean? Like, they freak out on him.
If you were to shop around for a program, like right now, like say you're 16 years old and you just were able to get recruited, what are the things you would think about? Like, what are some criteria you would go through in looking for a school and a program?
I would definitely take more recruiting trips. I'll take all, like, you know, and
Sure, yeah. Like, would it be coaches? Would it be people you know going to that school? Would it be like the area? Like,
the area definitely comes into play. Like, I don't know. I would have been strictly more wrestling oriented. Like, Oklahoma State. I could have gone to Oklahoma State. I think that would have been a great choice for me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just because if you're surrounded by world and Olympic champs, the only, you know what I mean? Like, I'll be running around like John Smith. You know?
Yeah.
Like, and that's a different vibe. You know? And then, I'm not saying my coaches weren't to that level.
No, right.
You know, I ran into.
It's like a no regrets. But if you could put yourself in.
I mean, nobody said that level, right? John Smith.
Right.
I should have gone to Oklahoma State. Let's just go, take me back in time and put me on Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
Jordan Oliver would have been my teammate. We would have gained together. I would have been 41, him 33, or switch it around. Like, there's nothing negative that would have came out of that.
Derringer said that he went to Oklahoma State because of John Smith. He really pushed him to, do his best. As other schools, they were just happy with him winning, getting the win. You know, it seemed like, but John Smith really pushed him to fulfill his potential. So Derringer always talks highly about John Smith.
I've only had like one or two conversations with him, and I just got the vibe that he was funny and cool dude, and that's about it. But
that's cool. What do you think? You think
I've heard great things, man. He's still whooping everybody in the room. You know what I mean?
You think he's the go over Sergey?
I guess we'll never know. That boycott, see war is not the way to go, man.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Everybody's fighting out there, but.
Yeah, that's
I don't know. That they should have settled that one, but
like, forget the war. We got bigger fish to fry. We got like wrestlers trying to figure out who's the best ever.
Yeah,
that would have been nice. It would be nice to know. Would have been nice to know. I feel like coaches, like nowadays when they recruit kids, they think of like, which I think it's probably natural. Is like how can I use that kid rather than like the John Smith looking at it of like, I can make that kid way better than he even thinks he could be, you know.
All right, so that's another one for the programs will eat you up and spit you out, and you're just a 141 pounder to them, and walk out there with two blown knees and a back, whatever, a rib messed up. Right. Ed Ruth from Penn State, you guys know, right? Yep. I had the conversation with him. He's like, yeah, man, my face was all inflamed, like, nobody really cares about you. Nobody shows you how to heal yourself after. Like, I mean, even with, he's talking about, I don't know what hit my face was all inflamed. Like, nobody really cares about you. Nobody shows you how to heal yourself after. Like, I mean, even with, he's talking about, I don't know what him and Penn State. I've heard good things about Penn State program. I don't know. Now my buddy Pat is saying bad things about Penn State, and I always kind of follow up with him. I'm like, wait,
we'll let him get
let me in on the secrets. What's up with it? But I don't know. Seems like.
What do you think about that Penn State?
Oh no, he's just like with his competition, like Starochi and whatever. I don't know. I don't really. I mean, it's fun. It's fun. It's fun to, you know. At the end of the day, you know, we can make it a little personal and.
What do you think about the allegations on Starachi right now? Have you heard of any of that?
I mean, any you shouldn't be like forcing yourself on people. I don't know what the allegations are, but it's something similar to that, right? Like, you know, like you gotta understand, bro. Like, it's keep your personal space to yourself, and you know what I mean. I don't know. Like,
I agree. I think that's some messed up stuff that's going on. I mean, they shouldn't have to tolerate that. Getting out of the shower and getting your picture taken is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Is the rumors.
In a way, look, maybe he's like joking around. I don't know what.
I mean, still.
Oh, but now I got your
private,
picture. I'm gonna send it out, blow it up on. You know, you never know what. Somebody has a naked picture of you. That's kind of scary, right?
Yeah, that's not good. That's not a good deal.
But
hopefully, it doesn't hurt the sport of wrestling too bad. Hopefully, it.
no, I don't think anything will hurt the sport of wrestling. I mean, it's just people hurting themselves. Like, there's, I mean, what? Like,
Well,
when people
if
did
Cal
something
gets
in
in
wrestling,
trouble.
people do that and like.
If Cal got in trouble for it, because they're saying maybe Cal, the coach, had idea of what was going on, so it would be like a Joe.
I mean, they
Paterno
always,
situation.
Joe Paterno. I mean, so what? Like, what if you guys are gonna cancel Kale? Like, I'm sure he's gonna be fine. Like, in a way, what, it's gonna hurt his legacy or whatever. The dude's the man with the.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, what? Kale's out there taking naked pictures too with Joe Paterno. Like, come on. I don't know. I don't know, man.
Yeah, hopefully they get
we
it
can
figured out.
now we can tie up to like bring it back to me. Let's talk about me. Maybe in the way I didn't win because I judge myself on certain things that I did that I shouldn't do. I'm not really saying did bad things, but for example, if I'm not really I'm cheating on my girlfriend or something, that's something bad. It's not to the extent of something, but I'm like, maybe I don't deserve to win, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes I feel like what I've learned and matured from everything is like, well, maybe I didn't deserve to win. Oh, blame it on the ref. Well, you talked about it. Like, maybe the refs did mess me up because I did something wrong in a way, you know what I mean? I didn't deserve to win, like, because I don't think I didn't put in more work than my opponents. I know for a fact I put a lot more work than a lot of people. Like, I love the training part of it. It's my favorite. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like to. So maybe I didn't deserve to win. You know what I mean? But maybe now I do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's never too late. Like,
Yeah, that's right.
it's all spiritual. No, I keep bringing that up, but what does that even mean? I told my uncle that, and he told me all the old people in the village used to say that. He's like, oh, my grandpa used to say that. It's all spiritual. Like, what do you mean? Thoughts?
I think
Your
that's
mind?
the foundation of it.
That's the foundation
Yeah,
of
it's
it?
got to start there.
I don't think
it's
I
gotta
had
start
any
there.
idea of that. I thought it was all my body. And like,
No,
just
I think
push
it's gotta
the body
start
and
there.
train. It doesn't really matter what's going on in your head. You got to go out there and win.
Well, I think if you focus on, your faith, like Kyle said, we're pretty Christian, I guess. But
Yeah.
if you focus on those things, the things you actually believe in first, and what those things tell you how to be a good person.
Yeah, I never
And if
did.
that's a
I
pursuit you
never
have,
did.
a worldly pursuit you have, is to see how good you can get at wrestling.
But maybe that too. Like, I got caught up in, like, my recruiting trip. They took me out to a party and I'm doing keg stands. You know what I mean? Like, that's you know what I'm saying?
That's how you get college kids.
That's how you get college
how you
kids.
get 'em.
So I'm like, oh wow, you guys took me to a toga party. You guys
Right.
are all having fun. We're drinking. The girls running around. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't think.
But to tie it back
I don't
in,
think.
Penn
I don't
State,
think that was.
Penn State was
still,
having
it's
Bible
not like
study,
I was
and
doing.
then-
Yeah.
and they're getting the allegations. So it's kind of like, I don't know, what you do in the dark comes up. You know,
Yeah.
what you do in the dark gets brought to the light. The wise words of the great warrior poet Johnny Cash.
And that's not why I went to Cal Poly either.
No,
I was
right,
I was already
for
set
sure.
because, and like my brother was in the partier and stuff, and I
Yeah.
wasn't really. So we kind of.
You can't really beat
Yeah,
Coastal California.
Like
is
when
pretty
I'm still
beautiful.
trying to win, it's kind of hard to like make other things a priority. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
not even making my grades a priority. That was just a
Do you
survival.
think an in shape Pat beats Starace? I think the first minute of that match, if Pat carries that out for 6 minutes, if he was in shape, obviously that's a major piece of it, right?
The first time I noticed his skill was like I watched him against Bo Nickel. I'm like, oh, you only lost because you got tired, bro. So that's kind of
Common
that's a
theme.
big. Well, it's kind of like a compliment in a way. It's like they kind of have to get you tired to win.
Yeah.
But
He's a freaking
that's not
tank,
really.
though.
That's like
all that muscle needs a lot of oxygen.
and then you saw him when he smashed everybody, and his gas tank was actually better.
Yeah.
When he won it, when I mean, haters would say it's because David Taylor got hurt or whatever because in the team whatever.
Yeah.
But maybe it's all the spiritual things. Why did he blow his knee out? You know what I mean? Taylor. Well, come out and wrestle with the blown knee out. Then I don't know. Still, the spot is the spot.
Yeah.
I actually watched the match happen with Taylor. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? You tore that out yourself. He got into some scramble, and I don't know what happened, but I saw it. Just like, I don't know if you guys remember. It was like an all-star match. It was like a match that he shouldn't have been. Yeah, super match, right?
Yeah.
He blew his knee out.
So you were on that NJRTC when he got canceled?
Yeah, I think they were actually gonna give me his spot at the NJRTC. Not his same paycheck. They were trying to cheat me on it though. Nah, I'm just living situation and like money for food and stuff is not all that bad, right? And then I get their point of view is like, well, you haven't won a match in a while, and I'm like, and then Pat's like, yeah, but you're still, you know what I mean? When they're trying to like laugh at you now, you know what I mean? Like, but I didn't. The only reason why I went there was because Pat called me up, and I went there to train, and now it's not really the same place for me, you know what I mean? So I didn't stick with it. I went and did my other stuff, you know what I mean? Went back to fighting a little bit, but
You think like rest and eating right and sleeping right is better than like training, or do you think it's?
I think you can
equal?
maintain your body by doing everything right. Like it's life is a marathon, not a sprint, right? That whole type of thing. Like people get confused. Like you don't get in shape. Like I mean, how you've trained your whole life basically, right? Up to this point.
Right.
I mean, for the most part, like I don't know how. What he's probably doing, swinging on the ropes and stuff when he was little. And
Oh yeah, we actually had a
So-
trampoline thing that he did. And he had blisters all over his hands because he'd just be doing flips on this trampoline all day.
Like you don't lose it because I mean, I don't know, maybe like drinking a bunch of Cokes and like McDonald's and it would add up. Like I noticed myself adding up, like things would add up. Then I would like go and throw up if I try to wrestle somebody, you know what I mean? But you can like little things in moderation though. I don't really think. I mean, candy is just bad overall, man. Like you could like feel it. Sugar. But your body, you don't lose it. You don't really lose it. All it takes is like couple reps back, and then you're back. You know. But eating healthy and maintaining that's part of it. Sleeping right.
He had blisters all over his hands because he'd just be doing flips on this trampoline all day.
Like you don't lose it because I mean, I don't know, maybe like drinking a bunch of Cokes and like McDonald's and it would add up. Like I noticed myself adding up, like things would add up. Then I would like go and throw up if I try to wrestle somebody, you know what I mean? But you can like little things in moderation though. I don't really think. I mean, candy is just bad overall, man. Like you could like feel it. sugar. But your body, you don't lose it. You don't really lose it. All it takes is like couple reps back, and then you're back. But eating healthy and maintaining, that's part of it. Sleeping right.
Well, you mentioned wrestling again earlier. You got plans or what? You gonna get back into a circuit, or what are you thinking?
Well,
if an opportunity presents itself,
yeah, definitely opportunity has got to represent itself. But I will fight and get into jiu-jitsu competitions before we. And then I mean, I got to figure out what tournaments I can jump into. I'll jump into a tournament. I got to figure out the details, but I know there's still a transfer to be paid, and I mean, it's easy to be like, well, there's sponsorships, this and that, but eventually I got to come up with 5 G's to pay a transfer if I want to compete again. You know what I mean? I guess I don't have it right now. That's the honest. But I would pay it myself. Then I would have to represent myself, and I had a friend tell me that it would be better if I did it myself. You know what I mean? It's almost like, well, he's like, it'll be even more cool because nobody, you just did it yourself. It's like an investment. You know what I mean? And all these MMA fights, and I actually had my coach tell me, I had to quit wrestling because it was bad for my back. They were grinding me too much. They're like, no, we got to run him into the ground. He's not gonna win championships. And I talked to Tom Brands, and I'm like, why? Like, what's going on? He's like, I told him to leave you alone. You know what I mean? Like Tom Brands is like, he's like, bro, go punch your bag and go do your thing. I see it. Like, do your thing. And then I go in the meeting, and I have Mark Perry or whatever, Terry. They're yelling at me. They're like, oh, we need to grind him into the, like, you gotta grind him, bro. He's gotta win. He's gotta learn how to be tough. And I'm like, now we're breaking my back again. And I'm like, all right, fine. I'll go into fighting. Like, if it's gonna be better for my body. And they're like, well, you're gonna go broke. And I'm like, fine, this is fine with me, bro. I'll go broke. I'm like, I'm more about being healthy than you're gonna pay me here and run me into the ground. Like, why? Like, it's stupid. We've already done it this way. We already did that. Oh, the best I can do is 8th place in the Olympics. We gotta maybe change it up now. You know what I mean? Like, and my back's like, like.
That's a crazy thought of, like, you just took 8th at the Olympics, and then you come back and train the exact same way. Like, it's almost like, okay,
we gotta go harder.
What did we miss? What's the difference between? Yeah, right. Just hit the hammer harder. That's crazy.
And I'm like trying to figure out kicks and. No.
You call it good. That was pretty good. You want to get going or what? You got one more for him, Kyle?
No, bro. Iowa broke me, but they should have just listened to Tom. Like, the man, he's the man. Why don't you guys just listen to Tom? You know what I mean?
You've been back on the mat training hard recently. What's been fueling you recently? What's been fueling your motivation?
Honestly, back to being able to just work out. Like, I'm just.
Like the training.
I just love the training aspect of it. That's it. Like, and learning progress. Sharpening my skill, jiu-jitsu, really, you know what I mean? I kind of fell in love with it. I've been away from it for too long now. We need to work into the jiu-jitsu because I started choking everybody out. I mean, black belts, I'm taking their backs, and you know what I mean? Like,
looking for fighters around in the area to train with.
Definitely looking for all fighters, all jiu-jitsu. I need to, in a way, you have to master the jiu-jitsu game if you want to. Just because I take people down in my fight and then I feel uncomfortable. Now they're wrapping me up, but now at this point I feel really comfortable with that. And
Just need a good corner man.
Need a good corner man, you know what I mean? So,
Well, if you're looking to spar with Borislav, you can come to the dealership. We got practices Monday through Friday. We got camp coming up. Surround yourself with people that love it.
yeah, man.
We appreciate having you, man. It's a lot of fun getting to know you. Appreciate the honesty.
Oklahoma State would have been my man. You sent me back, and I wish, you know what I mean, man. Like,
Dude, you were a runner-up. You took third and seventh. I mean, you
I'm
don't
not
have
even talking
anything
about
to hang your
results.
head
It's
about.
it just would have been a different lifestyle. Like,
Sure.
I mean, I guess every college has their, like, you know, you gotta get loose, you know, whatever, but it's just that winning, like, championship teams are, like, I've never been on one, you know what I mean? I've never been on
pretty
that.
good lifestyle out here.
Pretty good
You
lifestyle.
coach all
yeah.
you want. We'll find people, bring them in here. You can beat up on and
Yeah.
train with.
Dealership RTC.
Dealership RTC.
Question mark?